Welcome to my secret channel. That's right, you saw the title. I tried taking a fish to an NBA game. Now, the idea for this video on my main channel that I wanted to do was taking a fish on a bunch of crazy experiences. You know, something to gloat about when he went back home to all of his other fish friends, right? None of the animals were gonna be harmed at all. It would be pretty safe. Great idea, cute idea, fun, right? However, you're missing one little key detail. I have never taken full responsibility over a pet. Needless to say, even a fish, right? You might think a fish is easy to take care of. You're wrong. You see, there's a lot to know about fishes before you just go out and buy one. In fact, I contemplated this video twice. I went to the PetSmart twice, and the first time I backed out because the reality and the gravity hit me like, hey, I'm gonna have to take care of this fish. However, on the second go around, I mustered the courage and I bought the fish. Things that I wish I had known prior is that you have to keep this fish in regulated temperatures. However warm the water is how warm the fish will be internally. So you have to make sure that the water is around 72 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. This is important when you're taking it on a road trip. It's a 2-hour car drive to Cleveland, right? Because I wanted to take this fish to an NBA game, thinking that they might allow me to slip past them. I had a whole scheme of how I was gonna sneak the fish in. And my seat was at the nosebleeds, so the fish would have had a great angle downward, you know? And the ticket price was like $16, great deal. Anyways, it's a 2-hour drive, and my car is driving in 50 degrees Fahrenheit weather. So my car is pretty cold. So that means I had to turn up the heat to the max. I don't know about you, but it gets pretty hot in a car, especially when you're sitting in that car for 2 hours. So I'm driving to a city, and it's great to notice that I don't live in a city. I kind of live in the suburbs. When I finally get to the city, I am exhausted by the heat. Like, my face is red. I'm also really tense because I'm scared that maybe the car was moving around too much. Maybe the fish is dead. So each time I like randomly pick it up and then set it down just to make sure it's alive, right? We finally get to the city, and it's important to note, I've never driven in major cities before. The roads, how they were engineered, are way different from your normal everyday town that you would live in, right? In a normal town, if you're driving forward and you want to take a left at a green light or a traffic light, you normally just drive past the car lane and then take a left. There's no divider in between the lanes. There might be like a yellow line. Usually there is a yellow line that divides the two lanes, but that's about it. So when I'm driving and I hit the traffic light, getting ready to merge into the city, I take a left. Thankfully, there was no one there because I was now driving on the opposite side of the road. Cut me some slack, cut me some slack. I did eventually take a U-turn because I noticed cars going forward on the right side of the divider. Thankfully, there wasn't any police officers, but that was already going against me on my trip to this basketball game. So after, 20 minutes, I'm cutting close to, the tip-off for the basketball game. But I put in the address to like the local parking spot. Didn't make any reservations, which I should have. And I ended up driving, about 10 minutes away from the arena where it was located at. And I was like, wait, why am I 10 minutes away from the arena? This isn't good. So I started looking for some closer parking spots. After driving for a little bit, I realized that I was already late to the game. However, I do find a great, private parking area. And I drive through the lane and get blocked by the divider. There's an employee working there, and she's like, did you make a reservation? And I was like, oh no, I'm sorry. I totally did not make a reservation, but I was wondering if I could maybe purchase a spot right here. And she was super nice. She kind of got the idea that I was out of town. And then she said, yeah, it's gonna be $60. More than triple the price of what I paid for my ticket for the NBA game. Parking is absurdly expensive for some reason. But she was super nice. She directed me to a spot that wasn't, quite as expensive. So I drive down there and get lost. I can't find the parking spot. Now thinking back over it, I think she was kind of messing with me. I drive around for a bit, and it's 30 minutes into the game, and I realized I'm probably not gonna make the game. The entire video has been scrapped at this point. It's been a colossal disaster. I have a fish that I bought that I will not have to take care of that won't serve in a video that I know of at the time, right? So this has been a huge loss of a situation for me. And at this point, I'm hungry. I'm just gonna try and find some dinner. So I input Chick-fil-A into my Google Maps and I drive toward it. And at this point, I don't even care about the fish in the car. I don't care if it gets cold. I'm gonna quick get my food, eat it, and get back in the car. So I just turn off my car, don't even bother leaving it running, and I go and get some Chick-fil-A. Probably the best thing to happen to the entire, road trip that I went on. So I eat my Chick-fil-A, get back in the car, turn it on. Fish is still doing fine. Great. You would think it would be great until you realize I have another 2-hour drive back home. So I turn up the heat to the max. My face is beyond red at this point. I'm probably, if someone were to pull me over and turn down the window, they'd probably be like, "Are you having a heart attack right now, man?" And I'd be like, "No, the heat's just all the way on." It'd be horrible. Anyways, I'm driving back home 2 hours, trying to think of something to do. I'm putting on like motivational music songs, just anything to get my mind in the right state. And I finally get back home. Now, I like to post weekly videos on my channel, my main channel, and this was my last hope for the next Sunday. So I get back home and I'm like, okay, I need to figure something out. I have a fish. Maybe I can do something with the fish. No ideas. Eventually, I came up with the idea of staying in the gym until I came up with 10 video ideas, which is something good that came from, the horrible disaster of a video I tried making. But, at least I got a video out of it. It wasn't supposed to be the right video, but I did get a video out of it. But yeah, that's the story of how I ended up with a fish and I missed an NBA game. See you guys in the next video.